Hey everyone, hey everyone, time for another live stream. It is time for another live stream. So as you can see, I've got a laptop here. This is the Dell XPS 13 and I'll get my phone out of my pocket. Yeah, this is the Dell XPS 13. It's a very portable, very lightweight, very sexy little laptop. And today I will be doing an unboxing. You guys know the drill. I've did quite a few. What's this? My third unboxing of a laptop in the last few weeks. So yeah, what I do in these videos is I open it up live, look at the comments from everyone, and then just give you my first impressions. I'll probably open up the back of the laptop as well. This laptop, if I can bring this up here, this laptop isn't as upgradable as I would have liked. It's got the 16 gigabytes of DDR3 RAM, I think, but the memory is soldered, so you can't replace the memory yourself. It's not too much, it shouldn't be too much of a problem with a laptop like this. It's kind of designed to be portable, etc. A little bit annoying though, I would have liked to have upgraded it, but you can replace the SSD. This comes with a 512 gigabyte NVMe drive. You can replace it, you can put something else in there, you know, 970 Evo or something like that. There we go, popped up there eventually. What do you do on what do you do on Boxing Day? That's a good choice. Do I need to put them all back in? Yeah, that's a good choice. A good question. Right, so this is the XPS 13. There's the 13 and then there's the new 13. They do this a lot. Dell's numbering system is idiotic, in my opinion, because there already, this is the XPS 13 7390. There already has been a Latitude 7390, and they've changed their numbers over the years, and it gets a little bit confusing for a lot of people. If I search for Dell 13 7390, it'll come up with the Latitude, so a little bit annoying. So you can see the kind of the basic specs here. This has got integrated graphics. It does not have a graphics card, which doesn't really bother me for a laptop such as this, because, well, one is that, you know, it means it's not warm, it's not overheating and things like that. Yes, I am a top Dell customer. But the other thing is that this does have Thunderbolt 3. It's got 2 Thunderbolt 3 ports, I think. We'll check that in a second. So yeah, the processor I've got here is the i7-10510U. This is an ultra low voltage 15 volts CPU. There's information there about it, but the actual benchmarks about this, the benchmarks for this CPU are actually quite impressive. I mean, if you look at just from a CPU point of view, and I realize these benchmarks, they don't always tell you the full story as far as cache and performance, and sometimes the speeds are high at the start and then they drop down and all that. But the fact that this is performing better than a 7700 HQ is pretty impressive, in my opinion, for, you know, something which is super lightweight, doesn't really use up a lot of power and things like that. So I think for how I will be using this will be, you know, perfect. I've got the service manual there. There really isn't much to refer to there. It's some torque screws to get out. That shouldn't be a problem. And as I said, I think you can change the Wi-Fi card, but I think there's a Killer 6 Wi-Fi card in there already, so that won't be a problem. If I just jump over to the features and design though, I think I've got the silver one. They don't even tell you when you're buying. Cinema sound, killer wireless channels, 400 nit brightness, 1500 to 1 contrast ratio. This always annoys me about the Dell website, because even in the UK website, they keep using pounds, despite the fact that we never use pounds in the UK. We always use kilograms when we're talking about laptops. But there we go. And you can see the ports down the bottom. This website's jumping around. So they've got pounds up here, but down here they've got kilograms, 1.23 kilograms. And you can see the Thunderbolt 3, one with power delivery, 4 lanes of PCI Express. And that is important. The 4 lanes of PCI Express is important, because it means that if you're connecting an eGPU, you're going to get more power. And a lot of laptops in the past only had 2 lanes. So that is good. I am a top Dell customer. Best laptop I would buy now is the Acer Predator Helios 300. Different type of laptop though, Hugh. Hey Toast, just popping in to say hi. I bought a steering wheel for the PS4 to play driving games on Black Friday, so that should come soon. But I got to go now, so I'll be in your next stream. No problem, Toast. Thanks for letting me know. I'll try and do some driving streams in the future. I know I keep saying I'll do it, but I will try and do that again. Right, no messing about. Let's get this show on the road. So I'm sure you guys are all aware as to what this is all about, what this laptop is all about, what it can do, etc., etc. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Now, I'm sure some people watch this like, why didn't you buy the XPS 15? Well, I've got a 15-inch laptop. You guys know that. I bought an Alienware, another Dell laptop recently, so I didn't really need an XPS 15. Plus, an XPS 15 weighs about 1.8 kilograms, and when you talk about 1.8 kilograms, for me it wasn't much of a step up to just go to like 2.1 kilograms or so. You know, a little bit heavier, but a lot more power. Plus, the XPS 15, as good as it is, and it is a fantastic little laptop, it's got a very bad reputation for throttling. I'm sure this will throttle a little bit. Come on, open up, open up. Let's make these things so. I might actually get a screwdriver in there. That might be the easiest way to get that on. Come on. Come on. What have I got here that I can connect this? That I can... Scissors. Good old scissors. Good old scissors. Black Friday month. I will admit, I have spent a lot of money. I mean, you'll see a lot of unboxings and different things over the next week or so, but I have spent a lot of money over the last week. I'll say that. Here we go. Here we go. Is this sellotape around the side? No, it's round. Right, okay. Drum roll. Oh, what Mac did you get, Hugh? What Mac did you get? Whoa. Wow, this is nice. I thought that was the laptop for a second. So this is very different from what I got before, because before I got a refurbished Dell laptop. Okay, so we've got some other things in here. We'll get that back in, then we get rid of this box. Here we go. So this is what you'll get when you buy the Dell. So they've thrown in, this is a Thunderbolt 3 to, oh no, it's a Thunderbolt 3 to USB Type A adapter. So you can see that there. So that's the Thunderbolt 3 Type C to Type C adapter. That's quite good to throw that in. Now, one of the cool things about this is that this only needs 52 watts to be powered, which means that I can power this laptop through my Thunderbolt 3 hub. I've got a Type C Thunderbolt, a Type C hub 3.1, I think it is, hub as well. And it means that I can power it using that. So it's pretty cool. But you've got this adapter here, but I can just power it via a hub if it comes to it. But it makes some difference. I mean, look at this, just a tiny little adapter, and give you a little bit of a comparison. This is the brick that I've got for my Alienware M15. Let me see, that is everything. So I was not expecting the adapter to be thrown in, but it's always good. Get this out the way. Okay, laptop out the way, but before I put this away, I just want to show you the side. There are the specs. Okay, can you get it in focus here? Dell XPS 13 notebook, 7390. You can see that I've got a 4K screen. It is a touch display, 13.3 inches. I've got the i7-1051U quad-core processor. I've got 16 gigabytes of soldered RAM, 512 gigabytes solid-state drive, and I've got integrated graphics, and it's Windows 10. I believe it's Windows 10 Home. Bluetooth, wireless, 6 color, I think it is, and a 4-cell battery. Now, a 4-cell battery doesn't sound like a lot because, you know, 4 cells. It's got a 4K screen. It doesn't sound like a lot, but for a laptop such as this, you know, you all have to think about the bigger picture. You know, at the end of the day, this does not drain as much. It's draining 15 watts from the CPU, or even 10 watts if you go down to battery power mode. By the way, I'm clipping now and again. Right, thanks for letting me know. As far as the audio clipping you're talking about, the audio clipping, Norlis, I can turn that down if it comes to it. You talk about the audio, not the video. Right, okay. Yeah, that shouldn't be happening, but I'll try and keep... yes, you tell me. Right, guys, you know what time it is. It is time for the overhead camera, and hopefully I won't clip anymore. I could put the... Hold on now. What have I got this audio set at here? Mic audio. Hammer time. Yes, it is hammer time. I just want to check the audio first. What I'll do is I'll put this audio down just a tiny amount, just a tiny amount. Mic, let me see, -2. Right, is that a little bit better? A little bit quieter. You might have to put up your audio now, but I won't clip. I won't clip now. I've dropped it a few decibels. Thanks for letting me know, Norlis. I didn't notice that before, because normally I can fix these things in post-processing and things like that. But okay, overhead camera time, guys. Overhead camera time. Yeah, I'm not gonna be boosting it in post. Is the audio okay now though? Audio is okay. It's a double thumbs up situation. Just to show you I'll show you this in the meantime. So this is the adapter, 45 watts. I said 52 watts. This is only a 45 watt adapter. So this is super low power, super low powered. Very, very portable. But again, I've got like the little power delivery adapter, very tiny USB thing that I use with my Surface Pro. I can use that with this as well. Right, if the audio is okay, just clip when you get a bit excited. Right, I do tend to get excited. Right, okay, let's do this. Right, can you see everything okay? You happy with it? I'm not sure if I'll even need this adapter, but it's there if I need it. Okay, let's do the big unveiling. There we go. Very Apple-esque here. Lift this up. And this is it. This is the Dell XPS 13. And I'll just adjust the ISO here and get a little bit more light here. I'm a Logitech shell. So yeah, this is super, super portable. Super portable. Now I'll put this to the side just for a second. We've got a little manual here showing you that you connect it to the Thunderbolt 3 port, which I'm sure will frustrate some people, or confuse some people, sorry. Your power button there. Pretty straightforward here as far as what's in the box. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else there. Let's see, is there anything else? No, that's it. Very Apple-esque unboxing there. Not really much to show you. Just have to get these stickers off. Let's do this. Okay, try and get this out without destroying everything. There's a part that's sticking here, I believe. There we go. It was sticking a lot. So yeah, very nice presentation there. All padded in the middle there. Ooh. Yeah, it's very, they've obviously drawn some inspiration from Apple, etc., and stepped up their game. And this is what it looks like. Very, very nice. This is very, very nice. Yeah, very light, you know, 1.23 kilograms, whatever it is. Okay, looking at the ports there, we have a micro SD card slot, and that's kind of frustrating. And this is one of the things that I've seen a lot recently. I've seen a lot of these companies, Asus and a few other companies, and they'll say This laptop is for content creators, and then you just put in either a micro SD card slot or no SD card slot at all. I think that most people that create videos and, you know, are transferring files, most people would prefer a full size SD card slot. But there you go. Hi Ultra. Bet this laptop is made in China. Is there anything that is not made in China? So yeah, you can see that you've got the micro SD card slot, you've got Thunderbolt, and you've got the kind of like display port symbol there as well. You've got headphone, you've got the headphone jack there as well. Nothing along the side. And round the other side, if I can see, it looks like a Kensington lock. We've got Thunderbolt 3, but it's or two Thunderbolt 3 here, sorry. And it's also this one's the power. So you've two Thunderbolt 3 there, and there's a little button there, I believe is a battery indicator. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. It's a striking looking laptop though, just really, really beautiful. Really, really nice. Is that, hold on now. Yeah, that's just Type C, that one. Type C over DisplayPort as well. So one-handed, yes. That is what it looks like. And this thing looks amazing. Absolutely looks amazing. It really does look fantastic. I know these things are quite hard to show sometimes in a video, but it looks really, really good. Like, hopefully we've got a little bit of charge here, so I can show you. So this is 4K screen, and interestingly, the screen only goes to there. It doesn't fold all the way down. This isn't like a 2-in-1. There is a 2-in-1 version of this. If you check the description area, Ultra, I've got some specifications there, but effectively, short story is, it's a quad-core, ultra-low voltage i7 CPU, 4K touchscreen, 16GB of RAM, 512GB NVMe SSD. So yeah, like even my Alienware goes all the way down. This one is actually, it's not that flexible at all. Continue in selected language. No, I am not from the United States. Why is this? Why is there not a that's a little bit strange. Why is there not United Kingdom when this is a United Kingdom laptop? So yes, that's annoying, right? Nothing against anyone in the United States, but there should be an English UK, there should be an English Australia and all that kind of thing. It doesn't look like there is. So the only options are English, United States. That should be UK. I'm just saying, it should be UK. Touchscreen, as you saw there. Hi there, I'm Cortana. I don't want Katana. I don't want Katana. This is the annoying thing I find about Windows now. They've actually made the.
Ready for all you plan to do.
I'm going to mute that.
Use your voice or the keyboard along the way, and if you'd like me to stay quiet, just select the little microphone icon.
Yes, I am muting.
Voice mode on.
Voice mode on? No, voice mode off. I hate this. So the whole Windows installation process now is a pain, in my opinion. It's a little bit annoying. So after saying United States, it has given me the option for United Kingdom now. So a little bit strange that even come up with that in the first place. Is this the right keyboard layout? United Kingdom. Do you want to add a second keyboard? No. PlayStation sucks. Congratulations, the most irrelevant and pointless comment of the video so far. Like, it's harder for me to even show you that without tilting it like that. I don't need to add a second layout right now. Let's connect to Mr. Internet. So I can connect up. Let's see if I can connect up here. The beauty of doing it live is that you need to wait for me to do all of this. Hopefully that was the right password. Right, I am connected. We now have some important steps to do. Apparently there are important steps to do here. And again, like, I'm not sure if you guys can see this. There is a webcam here, but there's no like privacy filter or anything like that to protect it. But overall, it's a very, very slimline laptop. The fans are kicking in a little bit, but they're not noisy. not at all. Overall though, it's a really, really nice laptop. It's really light as well. You know, I do have a few options as far as, you know, when I go traveling and things like that, what laptop I take, but this does look really good. Right, okay. Signing in. Sign me up. Right. What is the password for that? So, let's see, I'll hide the password here. Is that the right password? Yes. So, this device has a fingerprint sensor. It's got a fingerprint sensor as well. Set up, right. Touch the fingerprint sensor. Is this on the power button, isn't it? So this is pretty cool, actually. This is quite cool. So if I scroll down here, you can see that. Try another angle. Quite cool. So, I mean, this has obviously been, this feature's been available in other laptops as well, where you use the power button as a fingerprint sensor as well. I think it's quite a cool little feature. And I know there's privacy issues. A lot of people don't want to add their fingerprint or their face or anything like that. But are we going? Remember, the Windows setup used to be a lot simpler than this. It used to be a lot simpler than this. It really did. It used to be a lot quicker. Windows, like, I don't know why they don't just make Windows free at this point, but I really don't like the fact that one of the things I don't like now is that when you install Windows now, it's got a lot more bloatware than it used to, you know, as far as installing games and, you know, this kind of thing as well. Like, set up your free trial. No, I don't want this. I don't want this. And it installs all these games and different things that you don't really need. Decline. I don't want a digital assistant. I don't want speech recognition. I don't want that. Just let me actually use my device. How about that? Let me use my laptop. I'm not going to be using a pen right now. Please just let me use this laptop. No, don't display ads. Right, Kevin Muldoon, region. What region we got here? This is very, very annoying how time consuming it is to set this up now. Any of you guys, have any of you guys noticed this as well with Windows now? It's just, what's this, Dell McAfee? I don't, like, the whole process is just annoyingly longer than it needs to be now. Like, back in the day, you would install Windows, it's like, what's your name? Boom, launched. And now it's like, you want ads, you want this, you want this. Minor complaint. You can see I've got some fingerprints on the screen already. That's always good. So it's loading up now. So, sorry, I've been missing the comments here. MS makes you go through a lot of that bollocks when there's a major system update. Very annoying. Yes. Had to do much of that when I was updated to 1909. What's 1909? What's 1909? Oh, is that you talk about a version of Windows? I will have to update Windows when it comes up. At this point, I really just want to see what the screen is like and what it looks like. Now, again, these kind of things are quite hard to show in video as far as, you know, pixels per inch, how good a screen looks. But from here, I know I've not launched Windows yet. I've not been using it. But from here, so far, I would say that this looks really good. What's apparent here as well, I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but, you know, you can pretty much hold this with one hand, but just look at how thin those bezels are. Look at how thin those bezels are. Sexy, man. Very, very sexy. The latest build of Windows 10. Right, okay. Yeah. Very, very nice. Here we go. I've got about a third of a battery in there. Now, can I... Okay, that's plugged in like that. I could charge it up with the other cable I've got there. I could probably charge that up, but I don't think I need to just now. So yeah, that's the setup there. And as I said, see if you look down here and you look at, look at all this down the bottom. I said, no, I do not want to do the office trial. No, I do not want the office trial. And look, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all this crap, like all this Skype, Office, all this crap. I didn't ask for any of this to be installed. I didn't ask for McAfee to be installed. I know I can remove this, and okay, Dell and McAfee, that seems like a Dell thing that they've thrown in McAfee, but the rest of it is Windows. Like, I've not asked for, you know, I said I do not want Microsoft Office, I do not want a trial, and yet it's there, and it's all over the bar, and it's all over the start menu. Netflix is there, I don't want that. Like, why is all this crap being installed? Yes, nothing to do with the laptop, everything to do with Windows 10. Yeah, the screen looks really good. As far as the, I don't like the fact that this only goes down to there. That's actually quite annoying. You know, it's to show you in perspective. If I can hold it here, it goes to there. That's how far it goes. So there, that's how far the screen goes. It does not go any further than that, which is, I don't know. I mean, I think when you're actually using the laptop, that's not going to be a concern, but I just don't understand why. Yeah, I don't understand why it's there. So it's just going through all this crap. Register. I don't need to do all this now. All this crap coming up. I'm going to just switch it off before it starts going crazy and installing things. But before I do that, let's just look at the system or about this PC or something. What's the easiest way to do this? Okay, let's zoom in here. Macs are superior. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Right, there you can see that. So you've got the i7 10510U, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and obviously this has, you know, it's even hard to find the taskbar there. Because of all this crap they've added at the bottom. And this is the thing, see, whenever you buy a Windows laptop now, I know I'm going on about this again, but every time you buy a Windows laptop now, you need to spend an hour just removing all this crap. So yeah, there we've got it there. CPU, 4 cores, 8 threads, 4 cores, 8 threads, integrated graphics. You can hear the fans a little bit there. You can hear them. Not the loudest thing, but you can hear it, despite the fact the CPU is only at 2% or whatever. The fans are off now. I should be able to adjust things like that later on. That's it shutting down. Right, so what I can quickly do, I want to open up the back, but what I can quickly do is show you a size comparison. So I want to test the speed of the SSD at one point. I'll maybe download, you know, Crystal Disk Mark or something like that. I want to get out the back and just show you the insides of it. But let's do a quick comparison, right? Okay, overhead camera time again. So zoom all the way out here. Right, so XPS 13, Surface Pro 6, but let's be honest, this is the same size as the 5 and the 7. And it's there's not a huge amount of difference between them. Size-wise, these are, I mean, you can look at the specs yourself online as far as the dimensions and all that, but they're practically the same. The Dell XPS 13 looks like it is marginally wider. There. But the Windows, when you've got the keyboard, is a little bit wider width-wise there. So the longer... What would you call that? You call that the width? That's the vertical? I don't know. But yeah, looking at it, the Surface Pro is a little bit longer at one side, a little bit shorter at the other side. That's what it looks like for me. But let's be honest, they're practically identical. Now, the Surface Pro 6, you're talking about, I think if I remember right, it's about 768 grams, 0.768 grams or something like that, or kilograms, sorry, without the keyboard. But most of the time you'll use the keyboard because it protects the laptop and you use it for the keyboard. So you'll be using it with the keyboard. With the keyboard, this brings it up to about 1.2 kilograms. If I'm holding them like that, they're practically the same. They are practically the same. Now, of course, these devices aren't identical. This has got a, this hasn't got a 4K screen. This does. This is like 2,680 or something pixels, but I don't think anyone will be able to tell at that kind of screen size. This is a 12.5 or 6 or something. I don't have those dimensions at hand, but as far as using it, they are different devices. It is important to know that. But I think a lot of people might be interested to know that when you've actually got them like this, they are practically the same width, practically the same height, and practically the same weight. So from a travel point of view, there really isn't much difference between them. This is more flexible in many ways because you can pull that keyboard off, you can push the stand off, and you can use it like a tablet very easily and all that. But the keyboard here is okay for short periods of time. It's very flimsy though. So from a size perspective though, they seem very, very similar. Right. What have we got? Well, against a big boy. This is a 15.6-inch screen. This is a bigger laptop. And I think that puts into perspective how small the Dell XPS 13 is. Now, this is a 2 kilogram laptop. It's a workstation, but this was actually one of the thinnest ones out there on the market. And you can see this has also got a 4K screen. And I mean, just look at that. That is the difference. 2 kilograms, 1.25 or whatever it is. This is a lot smaller, a lot lighter, a lot more portable. And you'll see that at the sides as well. And you can see it there. This was quite thin, for a laptop. And just as a comparison, because I didn't do it before, if you look at the thickness there, again, Surface Pro is almost identical, really. Bring that round. Now, this is the laptop I have been using recently. Really, really good laptop. This has got a 15.6-inch screen as well. Now, again, these are not the same thing. This has got a hexa-core 8750H, but it's also got a 2080. This has got a 2080 inside, an RTX 2080 Max Q. So it's got a really good graphics card in it, but it gets noisy. It's not light. It's got a big massive brick to power it. And yeah, it's a lot smaller. But again, this has got a 180 watt power supply. This has got 45 watts. It's just interesting to do this comparison. I think, if I want power, if I'm doing video editing, if I'm doing gaming, this is what I'm taking. But this is portable. It's light. It's sexy. And interestingly, the Alienware M15 kind of has a keyboard the same size. Because it's got this number pad, it's kind of squashed the keyboard into there. So you've almost got a portable keyboard in this one. You've almost got a 13-inch keyboard up to there, and then it's the number pad at the other side. So yeah, I mean, it's a portable laptop. The Dell XPS 13 is a portable laptop. Very portable, very sexy, very light. Yeah, very, very nice. So on the back here, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Torx screws. And at this point, we need to get this opened. We need to see what is inside. So let's see what we can do here. Which one is it? Is it this one? Could be smaller than that. It could be the smallest one. It's the M2. Okay, we've got some movement here. Right, I just want to quickly check if these screws come off. I don't think they do. I think they just come out. Oh, they do come off. The little Torx screws, they do come off. So do, if I can find it. This is quite a handy little thing to have, just for putting your screws so you don't lose them. Magnet. The beauty of magnets. So, yeah, so you can see, if I zoom down here, I've taken this one off already, but we've got here, all over. It's not going to be a difficult one, but you will need to make sure you get the right one. As far as the right screw, the right screwdriver, it says that you need, for the 8 screws, it is an M2 times 3 Torx. M2 times 3. So that is what you need, an M2 times 3. Just be careful not to damage your sexy little laptop. This isn't a laptop that I think a lot of people would upgrade, but depending on the configuration that you buy for this, it probably will be cheaper just to perform an SSD upgrade yourself. So if Dell are, for example, selling this with 256 and you want 1 terabyte, don't pay for the 1 terabyte because you'll get their Toshiba drive, which I still have to check. But it will probably be cheaper to buy the SSD yourself and upgrade for the difference. It's the same as Apple. They kind of gouge you with the prices. Okay, let's see if I can get this off. Dell aren't too bad though as far as upgrades go. Is certainly when compared to Apple. The amount of money that Apple charge in their MacBook Pro to upgrade the RAM is sickening. Sickening, absolutely sickening. They want you to pay from 16 gigabytes to 32 gigabytes, which if you're putting the RAM modules in yourself would cost you £60. They want 400. It's really, do you know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, this has got soldered RAM as well. It's a limitation of this. It is a limitation of that, but the MacBook Pro is, supposed to be almost like a workstation. I don't know. I mean, I'm still of the opinion that, yes, this doesn't really have many upgrades, apart from the wireless card and the SSD. But I think that when you get to a certain weight of a laptop, you should be able to change the battery, you should be able to change the memory and the SSD and the wireless card. These are all things that should be able to be upgraded. And it's kind of what's putting me off buying a Mac. I'd be more willing to pay to buy a MacBook if I knew I could upgrade it later. But yeah, I don't like what they're doing. Right, I'm just going to quickly check here. With the computer face down at an angle, use a plastic scribe to pry the base cover from the palm rest assembly. So what I am looking at right now is this. I need to pry this open from this side. I think I've got it the right side. Lift the base cover. We'll see how we go on. Yeah, they're not built for professionals. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, they're nice laptops and all that. They've kind of underpowered them though. I did this with the XPS 13. See with the XPS, the Alienware M15, I was really, really careful prying it open for the first time. But once you know how, where to get it and all that, once you know where to get it, you can be a little bit, not rougher with it, but you know how to get it off. So where's it saying I start? Pry the base cover from the palm rest assembly. Aha, down here, the palm rest. So there must be a little bit here. Is it here? That should be the palm rest. How am I? Whoa. Open the computer at an angle. Right. Okay, it's one way to open it. I was wondering what I was doing there. Right. I need to get this open. So I've taken all the screws off, but this is really, really tight in. I just want to check that I've not missed anything here. Face down, open the computer at an angle. So I've got all the screws, nothing else to take out. With the computer face down, open the computer at an angle. So if to open it at an angle, use a plastic scribe, pry the base open. The reason I'm kind of taking a break here is there's no part of this where it's kind of, there's no space. It's not just kind of popped open. It's really, really tight on. I'm surprised how tight this is actually. Right, okay. So if I jump back to the overhead camera, what I'm trying to do, for anyone that looks at this later, I'm just trying to get this popped open a little bit and just go around the side like that, and just try and pry it open without obviously damaging anything. Once you get it going, you should be okay with it. I was able to get it a little bit at this side here and just pop it open a little bit, but I'll just be careful. The first time you always want to be a little bit more careful. So let's get this open. So as far as the SSD goes, with the Alienware M15, the NVMe that they had in it was okay, but it wasn't the best as far as the write speeds were like 1000 megabytes per second, which is, you know, better than a SATA 3 SSD. But when compared to something like a Samsung Evo, it was quite slow, which is why I upgraded it. But this is really, really tight on, by the way, really tight on. That's really difficult to get off. Yeah, the SSD in the Alienware M15 and a lot of older Dells was quite slow, but I believe they've upgraded it, so I might not have to. There we go. I might not have to upgrade the SSD in this. That's what I'm trying to say. If I focus on that. So I need to get it up the top here. There we go. So there's like little clips at certain points that you need to try and lift this open. There we go, there. Clipping it open. This is super tight on. This is so tight on. And all the way around. Tech for your needs. Hi there, how are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So, just need to slide this in. This is absolute a pain compared to other laptops. So, I want to make sure I don't close that down. So this is the same as the Alienware M15. I'm just being a little bit careful because, again, like the last live unboxing I did, when you're doing it for the first time, you don't want to, you know, you're trying to do everything a little bit safer. You just need to get these clips open. It's just when it's clipped in, it's actually quite difficult to get this. There you go. You can hear that clip in there. I think I need to be a little bit more forceful, actually. There we go, around the side. I'll get there at one point, guys. I'll get there at one point. Not the best for live television, is it? There we go. Got there in the end. Right, so I'm getting there. Okay. Well, maybe just to be safe, I probably could have popped that open a little bit quicker, but this is the back. Now, what I will say, generally speaking, I would say that the back of Dell laptops, I've opened up 3 Dell laptops in the last month, and I really don't like the back panels. Compared to a lot of the other laptops here, these back panels are, you know, there's just a lot of parts in it that are quite, well, basically they're prone to breaking. You know, they're kind of plasticky. There's not like an aluminium build, and it kind of feels cheap, the back panel, if I'm honest. It kind of feels cheap. But let's zoom in here. Okay, so this is what is inside a Dell XPS 13, and the biggest thing you can see here is that this is dominated by this 4-cell battery, and it looks humongous really. It's a 4-cell battery, 52 watt hours. I think I got mixed up with the 45 watt battery earlier when I said 52 watt hour battery. You can replace this. You would obviously have to disconnect this from the motherboard before you did anything, but you can replace it. But there really isn't much to do here. The SSD is under this. This is the heat pad, the heat sink, sorry, for the SSD. If you unscrew that, you will see the SSD. I believe I'm trying to see where the wireless card is at that. I'm trying to see where that is. You've got, I don't know if that's where the memory is. I'm not sure. The SSD is here, obviously, and I don't know if that's the one. No, that could be the wireless card. So, just for reference, I'm upgrading the wireless card in my Alienware M15, and just for reference, this is one of the latest cards that you can get, the EX200. Faster. It was only out a few months ago. Picked this up fairly cheap for like £10, £11 or something. So I'm guessing it's there, but I'm not sure. But I don't want to mess about too much with this, you know, right now, because I'm not opening it up. You can see there is the SSD there. The SSD is under there, so it's a fairly simple layout. But you guys know I'm not a massive fan of non-upgradable laptops, and that's coming from someone that does have a Surface Pro. And I would like to be able to change the memory, maybe make it 32 gigabytes, but 16 gigabytes for a laptop like this, I don't think it's too bad. You can replace the battery if the battery dies. You can replace the SSD here. There is only one slot. There's one slot, but you can change that for example, a 2 terabyte drive. You can pick up a 2 terabyte drive for under £200 now, an NVMe from like Aditar or, you know, a Sabrent or something like that. There are a lot of brands that you can get 2 terabytes for under £200, and then you could maybe sell this drive. I don't want to open this drive up just now because there's no any real need for me to do so. I'm kind of concerned that this part will get lifted up. I'm not sure if that is connected though. Anyway, I'll leave that there just now. But yeah, if you're replacing your SSD, I don't think I'm going to replace mine because I think the speeds should be okay. That is where you would do it. So the wireless card, the Killer 6 wireless, it's either under there or it's under there. If I can maybe quickly check that. I'm just curious as to where that would be. Removing the speakers, removing the solid state drive. There should be somewhere here about removing the wireless card. I can't see it though. I can't see anything in the manual here about how you replace the wireless card, but apparently it can be done. Replacing the fans, fingerprint reader. Yeah, I believe you can replace the wireless card, but I don't think anyone would really need to replace the wireless card in this anyway. I don't think you would need to because the one that they're using is actually quite a good one. So yeah, there you have it, guys. There you have it. That is the XPS 13. As far as putting it back on, I'm hoping that I don't make a major mistake here, but it should just be a matter of lining this up and then you can pop it back down. So should be able to get this back in and this clip back in. That's effectively what you need to do, but I just want to make sure I've got it all at that side. Yeah, so you can hear those clips popping out, and previously with the scribe, that's what I was trying to pop out. You need to try and, you know, move it along and then pop it out like that to make sure it's all clipped together. But I'll just double check. I'll just double check here that that's all getting put back in together okay. It seems to be lined up okay. It seems to be okay, I think. Loose there, but I think that's just because I need to put it down. I need to use the screws to tighten it up. Give it a go. If this doesn't work, back to the drawing table, screws back out, put it back on. Is that connected okay? Am I happy with that? I'm going to take that out. I want to double check that's in because I'm scared of messing that clip. Right. What I want to do is just make sure the clips at the top are okay. So there's clips at the top here. I think that's it. I really do think that's it. I'm taking my time here, I know, but so that's clipped, that's clipped. That's maybe a better technique. Just go around. Yeah, that's better now. I don't think I clipped it properly before. Yeah, that's... See this part here, so basically I've got it clipped around the corner here. It's all good there. There's a little bit of flex here though. I don't know if that was there before or if there's a clip that's... I think that's it though. I think that's all. We'll see how it goes. What's your overall thoughts on it though, guys? What's your thoughts on the laptop? Try not to put these screws in too tight so they run into any problems later on. I think I'll maybe just stick with 512 just now with the SSD. Just check those top ones are okay. Yeah, that's pretty good now. A little bit of flex there. A little bit of flex, not too much. So what I'll do after this, if I can put it back on, I can quickly download Crystal Disk Mark, EGA Systems or something like that, and we'll just test the speed of the hard drive. Get a better idea as to how that performs. I don't think, I don't think many people would upgrade anything apart from the SSD though. I'm not sure where that wireless card is. I couldn't really see it there. But again, I'm trying not to put these in too tight. I don't think I need that now. Give me a screw, give me a screw. Right, are those flush? Are they flush? That one seems a little bit. Yeah, okay. We are cooking with gas. This one, is that clipped in correctly? I think it is. I think it is. Right. I'm going to plug this in, get some power here. Now, as I was saying earlier on, this can be charged using a Thunderbolt 3 cable. I do actually have a spare one which I can use, which is quite good. That's quite a nice little feature. You see that? I quite like that. You can see that it's powered on. Nice little touch. And you can see that this is the one with power. So if I get it here, you should be able to see that one is the power one. So this is the Thunderbolt 3 port. That's where you want to put it in. And then here we go. See if I can power it on with my finger. Is this going to work? It's amazing how the camera just picks up every speck of dust. So relatively easy to open that up. Just make sure you've got the right screwdriver, the right torque screwdriver, and take your time prying the little clips open. It's the clips that you really need to... I think I was being a little bit too gentle. I made that mistake before with the Alienware. You kind of need to be a little bit more forceful to pop them out. It's loading up here. Here we go, loading up. So yeah, you kind of need to force it open, and then when you push it back in, you need to make sure it all clips, and then you can put the screws back in. Not the hardest, but just take your time with it. Sign in options. Try the fingerprint. Let's see if this works. No, it doesn't seem to be working there. I don't know why. Why is it doing that? Did that before as well. It just wasn't recognizing it. Right, so what I'm going to do is quickly download Crystal Disk Mark and EJ Systems. I just want to run some tests with the SSD to see what this can do. It'll give me an opportunity to also test this keyboard. Okay, AGA system tests. I don't know if you guys can hear, the fans are kind of kicking in now. Crystal Disk Mark. Right, here we go. So the fans are kicking in. I'm curious as to why, because I'm not really doing anything other than browsing. 40%. That's quite loud, I would say. Can you guys hear that? That's quite loud considering I'm not really doing anything right now. It'd be different if I was running like a stress test or something, but I don't appear to be doing much. Hopefully that's not something to worry about. Right. We need test. So what I'm going to do here is it's a system test where I test the speed of a hard drive, and the hard drive that I've got in the hard drive that I took out of my Alienware M15, which is, I've got it sitting over here. It was okay for read speeds, but the write speeds were good, but not, you know, as good as they could have been, which is why I replaced the drive. I think if this drive is quick enough, though, I don't think I'll replace it. I think I'll be happy to just use the one that's built in. And the thing is as well, I can use things like this. This is a 1 terabyte drive, Thunderbolt 3, connect it up, and yeah, Thunderbolt 3, and then I can, yep. I've got extra storage. That's maybe the most practical thing. Obviously, that doesn't help when you're, you know, installing applications and things like that, but I've always got the option of it replacing the drive anyway. So, Crystal Disk Mark as well. So, what's your overall thoughts, guys? Let me know what you think about this. Let me know what you think of this this laptop. There's not a lot to say about this point. You know, I mean, you're just you know, I'm just finding this out for the first time myself, just kind of playing about with it for the first time. As far as the fans kicking off there, I'm not sure if it's because they're doing a lot of updates in the background. That could be why. It could be why. It could be. But we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Right. So I'll get this downloaded, and then we can look at the speed. We can look at the speed of the hard drive that's in here. And this is the thing, guys, because, you know, when you're buying laptops or any computer, it is a little bit of a minefield, and companies will only tell you what they want to tell you. Obviously, they're not going to tell you any negative points about the laptop, but they're quite vague. Apple do it quite bad. Microsoft are quite bad, as they'll say it's an i7 CPU, and they won't even tell you what CPU it is, what version, 8th generation, 9th, 10th generation. They don't tell you what generation it is. You need to do a lot of kind of homework yourself. And it's the same with the SSDs. A lot of the time, they won't tell you what SSD they're going to put into the laptop because, firstly, they don't want you to know because, they just say it's a fast SSD. But sometimes it's because they'll maybe switch which SSD they're using. They'll maybe switch from, I don't know, Western Digital to Toshiba or something like that. Whatever the reason is, they don't really show you benchmarks. That's what I'm trying to say. They don't show you benchmarks as far as what the speed of the hard drive is. And the speed of the hard drive is just as important as the speed of the processor, the speed of the memory and all that as well. Right. So AJ system test. Let's say it's installed, right. Right, okay, right. He's ready, guys. You ready for this test? Right. Yes, I'm at a funny angle again because this does not tilt far down. Touchscreen. Let's see how this performs. Right, so it's not too bad actually. It's a little bit better than a Toshiba. So we're getting read speeds of about 2,143. We're getting write speeds. Yeah, that's a little bit better now. 1794. That's pretty impressive. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. There are drives out there that are quicker than that. I would say that that's quite good. I would say that's quite good as far as the speed of that. 2,238 for reading, 700. Yeah, I mean that's good for a laptop of this kind. That's good. Again, you can put in a faster drive if you want. That's something that you do have an option of doing. Oh, that's Crystal Disk Info. I don't want that. I want Crystal Disk Mark. Have I downloaded the wrong application? I have. Yes, Crystal Disk Mark I want. I've downloaded the wrong application. It's Crystal Disk Mark I want. Why did I download the wrong? Have I got Crystal? Oh, here we go. Crystal Disk Mark. Here we go. I was on the right download page, but I downloaded the wrong app. Always get those mixed up. Right, I'll do this just now. So this is just a different test, and again, this is maybe a little bit more detailed. I do like the AJA system test. Crystal Disk Mark though is kind of the de facto benchmarking software that everyone uses. And if I show you this here, I'm sure you've all seen this before. I'm just going to click start. It's going to go through and do sequential reading and writing, and at the end we'll get a score. Now these scores can go up and down depending on when you do it, if there's anything else happening in the background, but they're normally fairly accurate. I don't profess to be an expert on this. Now, I've actually bought another SSD for my gaming laptop, one for storage, and I've been looking a lot at SSD and looking at the different kinds of solid state drives as far as TLC and that kind of stuff, QLC. I've been learning a little bit about it, but I am far from being an expert on the subject. As far as solid state drives go, I've got a basic understanding of it all as far as transfer speeds and all that. But when you see a lot of technical people arguing about the IOPS and the cache and the cache filling up and all that, I'm not going to say a lot of it goes over my head, but it's not my forte. It is something that I do need to learn more about. So this is a good example actually to test the fan. So this is the loudest. I think this is the loudest this will ever get. It's not too bad actually. I mean, it's loud. The CPU is at 100% here, as you can see. And the fan's there at the bottom. That's the CPU at 100% there. It's dropped down to about 38. Fans are still going wild, and that's because the disk is at 100%. Because I'm doing a disk test. That makes sense. It's quite warm at the bottom actually. Quite warm at the bottom. I mean, that's every laptop when you stress it, that's what's going to happen. But yes, it is quite warm at the bottom right now. And it's quite handy having the touchscreen. So it's going through all the tests just now, doing all the reading tests just now, just playing the waiting game. as far as the device goes, though, I really wish they would have thrown in a different. I mean, it's good that they throw in that adapter that you've got a USB, a Thunderbolt 3 Type C port cable. Sorry, Type C to Type A adapter, which I think a lot of people use because this does not have any Type A ports, no Type A ports at all, which is how they can get this so thin. But you can use a hub, you can use different things. I mean, the way that I'll be using this, I'll be using a mouse, wireless mouse. I won't be connecting anything unless I'm transferring files, if I'm honest. Whenever I use this, I'll be transferring files. I won't be plugging a lot of different things in. So for me, the way that this is, it's not a problem. Some people, they might be a little bit frustrated that they don't have a Type A port. You do have that adapter, which is why they've thrown it in. The keyboard, if I just... if I go to the overhead camera again, zoom out perhaps. This, oops, I'm not on the notepad. Okay, so I didn't really make too many mistakes there. Seemed to be okay. This is a writing test. To test XPS 13. Seems okay. It seems quite shallow though. By shallow, the travel seems quite shallow as far as, you know, you don't have to press it down much to type. Yeah, not the greatest keyboard in the world. Definitely not terrible. Definitely usable. I could definitely write on this, and it's certainly a lot better than the Surface Pro 6, no doubt about it. You know, as far as typing goes. So I'm still going through this stress test just now, just to see how it performs. Again, as a reference, AGA, I seem to be getting quite respectable scores, I would say. You know, I don't think I would change the hard drive in this for speed. I don't think I would change the hard drive in this for speed. I think if I was going to change this, if I was going to change the hard drive in this, and really, the hard drive is really the only upgrade that you can do to this. If you buy 8 gigabytes of memory, you've only got 8 gigabytes of memory in this. You can't upgrade the RAM. So if you're looking to buy this, buy the most RAM that you can afford. Buy the most memory that you can afford, because you can't upgrade the memory later on. That's soldered, that's fixed, that's what you've got. The CPU, the memory, when you buy it, that's what you've got. But if you buy a cheap SSD, you might want to buy the 256, then upgrade to the terabyte or the 2 terabyte or something like that. I wouldn't upgrade because of speed, because I would say, I mean, you can see the AGA system test there. Look at the Crystal Disk Mark there. Essentially, for sequential writing there at the top, 3,249 for reading, 2,230 for writing. I think that's really good. Now, it depends on what you're doing though. You know, if you're doing anything that does require faster write speeds for a particular application, you could upgrade the drive. Chances are you'd be throwing your money away, because you would need a more powerful laptop to actually benefit from a drive that can go faster. Yeah, very happy with the SSD speed. 512 gigabytes should be enough, but down the line, if I find that's full, I could upgrade it, and I'd probably put a 2 terabyte drive in there. You can get 4 terabyte NVMe drives as well, but yeah, overall, it seems really good. As far as the battery goes, it's charging up just now. It says 1 hour until it's fully charged. It was quite low, right enough. And obviously, you know, the fans were kicking in there though, but you can change the power settings so that the fans won't kick in. You can undervolt it, and you can do different things to stop the fans kicking in. But overall, yeah, first impressions are positive. The fans were kicking in there. When the fans were coming on, it was a little bit noisy, but I think if you're just doing basic browsing and doing basic tasks, when I remove a lot of these applications and, you know, pick the right power settings and check the CPU and all that, I don't think I'm going to run into any problems when it comes to thermals or noise. It's a little bit warm at the bottom. Not too bad now, actually, but when it was doing the stress test, it was quite warm. But yeah, overall, quite pleased with it. So I just want to give you a quick final look at the laptop. So if I zoom out, this is the XPS 13. Keyboard seems okay. Keyboard seems identical to the one in the Alienware M15, except that one's got a number pad at the side. it's got a nice little light there for the power at the side, but I don't know if you can see this there. There's a little power symbol there as well. Here it looks like, I think that's, is that just a battery indicator? I don't know what that is actually. Is that Wi-Fi speed? What is that? Oh, aye, that's power. I think that's power. I really should have checked that before, but that seems like a quick battery check to see where the battery is. I believe so. I can double check that if you want me to. What is that? Is that what I said it was? Yes, that's the battery indicator. So that's the battery indicator. It says that the speaker is that side as well. So that's the speaker. You've got the battery indicator, and then you've got the Type C. So you've got which one is that one? That one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So this one is a USB 3.1, and then these two are Thunderbolt 3s. So this one is just USB Type C 3.1. So you'll get 10 gigabits per second. If you're connecting a hard drive that can, there's got good transfer speed, SATA 3, you'll probably get about 500 megabytes per second reading and writing through this port. Theoretically, through this one, because it's Thunderbolt 3, you can get 40 gigabits per second, so you can get much faster transfer speeds. These are the ports that you would use if you were connecting to a Thunderbolt 3 port hub. You'd use this one for power delivery as well. But you could also connect hubs, drives, hard drives, eGPUs, yeah, a lot of different things. Overall, very nice design. You can get this in white, you can get this in rose gold, and you can get it in this silver. Because I bought this in sale, I basically just got what I got. They didn't even ask me what I wanted to. In fact, this was down from like 1600, 1700 or so. Yeah, it was about 1600, 1700 or so. I picked up for 1269 or something, but they actually gave me a discount as well because I was thinking about changing the model that I had just after ordering it, and they're like, oh no, if you keep it and we'll give you a refund, and they gave me another £100 back, so I'm paying about 1169 for this, and it's got a 4K screen, no graphics card, but that's fine in something like this. I think this is going to be really good, and as far as gaming goes, if that interests you, I think for older games, go back 5-6 years and that, it might be okay for quite a lot of games. If you want to play some old classic games, Quake, Doom, Command and Conquer and all that, I think this will be really good. Touchscreen seems good and all that as well, but again, this whole live stream has been a live unboxing, but it's also been a first impressions. It has been a first impressions. There's maybe some things about this that I don't know about yet that I love. There might be some things about this right now that I like, but later down the line, it annoys the hell out of me. That's basically what happens with laptops, and it's why it's important to know that this is a first impressions, because opinions do change over time. Whenever you buy something new like this, it's new, it's sexy, it's fantastic. But like anything, over time, you start to see what you do like and what you don't like. So I'll revisit this in the future, and I'll see what I do like and what I don't like. And I want to use it every single day for me, to understand what I do like and what I don't like. I've got another USB Type-C or Thunderbolt 3 cable that I can use. I like the idea of using that cable as well, in addition to the one that they provide, 45 watts, the one they provide. But the power delivery adapter that I've got can do like 60 watts, so that's all good as well. Yeah, overall, really good. The main thing that's annoyed me so far, the fans were kicking in there, but there was a lot of updates going on in the background. But the main thing that's kind of annoyed me is Windows, so that's got nothing to do with Dell. Dell did seem to include McAfee, which I'm sure some people want. But I don't like the fact that during the Windows installation process, it says, do you want a free trial of Word and Excel and PowerPoint? No, I do not. And then all the icons are there. Everything is there. Yeah, I don't like that. This is an extremely light and extremely sexy laptop. Some people might think the 4K screen is overkill though. The main reason, if I'm honest guys, the main reason I have got a 4K screen here is because when I'm writing, I do a lot of writing online, I do a lot of articles, tutorials and different things, and I will take a lot of screenshots, and you want a big, high resolution for that so that you can capture the whole screen. A lot of the time the images that I crop, I'm cropping from like 3000 down to 2000 or something like that. But for other people, I think a full HD screen would probably make more sense. It's one of those things. I've seen some people say that the 4K screen is amazing in this, and I think it is. But I reckon if I looked at this side by side with the full HD with the 1080p one, there will be a difference. I will be able to tell that there's a difference, but in general usage, I don't think you'd really notice it. And if you're playing games, chances are you'll be running those at 1080p anyway. So I did have a very specific need for 4K because of Photoshop, because I will do some basic video editing with this if I'm traveling. But if I did not need to do those things, I would probably just go for 1080p. I think that's what I would do. And if you do go for 1080p, you'll probably get more battery life. I think with the 4K screen, apparently you get about 8 hours of battery, which I think is amazing. Apparently that's Notebook Check that said that, but if you go with a 1080p screen, it might be 10, 11 or 12 hours. 1080, you know, the screen is one of the biggest battery drains here. Let's not kid ourselves. But you can change this in the power settings. You can change the power settings, the performance settings. Take a little bit of hit in the performance, which will not only, you know, decrease the temperatures and stop the fans coming on as much, but also save your battery life. But I mean, it depends how you use this. If you're going to be sitting watching Netflix all day, that's, you know, one thing. The one thing I don't like, I mean, I kind of mentioned that a few times. The one thing I don't like is that the screen only goes to there. I would have liked if it went to like 180 degrees. I think that would have been better. But just turning it on there, it's very, very quick, very responsive. Touchscreen seems really good. I believe there is an OLED version of this as well, a 4K OLED version screen. That's a whole other debate. It's not touchscreen. It drains battery more and all that, but I believe it's available. I don't know. Maybe it's only for the XPS 15. But anyway, I digress. This has been the XPS 13 7390. It has been a live unboxing and first impressions. I know it's been a long stream. I'm sure many of you who watch this later will just skip through it. But hopefully you've enjoyed this look at the laptop. So dehydrated. I've had the flu for a few weeks, so I still get dehydrated when I'm talking. Yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. If there's anything that you want me to test or figure out or give my opinion on, I'll try and cover most things in a future video. It will not be immediately. It will be at least a couple of weeks because I do want to test it. I don't want to use it every day. But if there's anything that you want to know, let me know. I'll give you my thoughts on it in the comment area or in a future video, and I'll try and help you out. But if there's anything else you want me to know, just leave a comment. But failing that, this is it, guys. XPS 13. One thing I'm curious about is how I'm going to incorporate this into my setup with my laptop setup. The interesting thing is with my Surface Pro 6, I kind of use it like a tablet most of the time rather than a laptop. But this might actually replace a lot of the functionality of the Surface Pro 6. It's got a better CPU as well, more RAM. So I don't know. I don't know if the Surface Pro 6 is going to be Surface surplus. I didn't even mean that pun. It could be Surface surplus to requirements. This could be surplus to requirements because I might start using this more. Time will tell. I'll see in the next few weeks, the next month or so, how I use this. But thanks for watching, everyone. Hey, Toast, you've arrived just when I'm about to close off the stream. But thanks for watching, everyone. This has been the XPS 13. It's a very sexy laptop. And apologies, Toast, I'm just about to log off, but you can scroll back and watch the video. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this stream. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Dell XPS 13. I think it's a really, first impressions, but I think this is quite a good solution for anyone that's looking for a nice kind of lightweight laptop on the move for light Photoshop, light browsing, watching videos and just kind of operating on the move, emails, browsing the web, shopping, all that kind of thing. If you need anything powerful, yeah, it's probably not the best solution there, but it can do some different. It can pick up and do some video editing and some other things, but it's really not designed for that, let's be honest. But thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. Apologies if you've just dropped by at the end, Toast. But stay tuned. I will do more live streams in the future. I've got some other things coming. Thanks for watching, and this has been the Dell XPS 13. Until next time, guys, take care.